Shamai, YouTube, Matt, i.e. the Game Boy here. I don't really like pickup videos. I like watching other people. For example, Pat the Nez Punk's Flea Market Madness is up there with some of my favourite YouTube watching, as is Game Chasers, which in my opinion, there is no better thing on YouTube. It is amazing to watch. Also, I like Dr. Retro stuff, because he always tends to pick up a load of really cool, obscure shit that no one else seems to find. I never really have that much luck in flea markets, if I'm being honest with you. Like, occasionally I'll pick up something cool. I'm usually only looking for Game Boy stuff, and it's usually fairly common titles. And so, I never bother making videos. Like, I never even thought I would do a pickup video. I thought maybe I'd do a flea market thing, and I was actually going to film the flea market I went to today. And fortunately, my friend lent out his GoPro, and I couldn't use it. I really, really wish I could have. Because some of the stuff I found today was absolutely insane, and it's just been this month itself has been a month where I have found many things. I am literally unable to move because I am surrounded by cool stuff, and so I thought I would share it with you. Here we go. So, at the start of the month, I received a nice little package from a friend of mine, Julian. Hello. And he's out in Japan at the moment. He offered to look for a Virtual Boy for me because I was really after a Virtual Boy, I still am. And I wanted to get my hands on one, and I gave him a list of games, including Jack Bros, and I said, hey, if you can find any of these things and a Virtual Boy for a really relatively decent price, I gave him the price it would be to have one in Europe, then pick it up for me. Unfortunately, the prices pretty much seemed on par. I guess the Japanese have got them wise, and with the Virtual Boy becoming a collector's item, the price over there has kind of shot up, and so it's easier and cheaper postage-wise just to buy one in Europe or buy one off eBay, so I didn't get it, unfortunately. What he did get me, though, for very, very cheap, was a box copy of Mario Clash, which is new. Unfortunately, it's not sealed, although it may seem so. But it's brand new, can't wait to play it. Also got a copy of Tallyboxer as well, so yay! Virtual Boy stuff. Eventually, I will be Virtual Boy? Also, Game Boy related, I guess I should get them off the bat to start with. I bought a Game Boy Advance, which is here. And this Game Boy Advance sent me back 200 krona, so about 20 quid. Boxed Game Boy Advance with all its stuff inside, which is very, very nice. A very nice condition Game Boy Advance as well. And then a few box games for it. Admittedly, 2 of them are kind of dead, but there's a copy of Monsters Inc., which comes with all the manuals and stuff. A copy of Witch. As you can tell, I've played these titles so much. Boxed Game Boy Color copy of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. A box copy of Pac-Man Collection. And then finally, pretty much where I bought the lot for, other than the box Game Boy Advance, a box copy of classic Super Mario Brothers, which was nice. Also, I got a really, really nice letter from the lady who sold me the Game Boy Advance, which was really nice of her. She didn't have to do that. And she also included this, which is a carry case, Hurricane. Blatantly not ripping off the Nintendo logo. And inside said Hurricane is a ton of accessories. Like there's a rechargeable battery pack, there's a headphone thing, and there's loads of other cool stuff. So thank you. Also, the Game Boy Advance is in a protective case thing, like a grip, which is kind of cool, for free. I also picked up off a Retro Collect user, Hash47, thank you mate, a load of Game Boy games, but also a Barcode Boy, which I've been after for a while, comes with the game and stuff. Look out for it on a future video of Boy Curious. And then, because I haven't owned one, I don't own one. I own my original Game Boy somewhere in my mum and dad's, which is still in the UK, boxed. But I treated myself to a completely boxed Game Boy because A, I wanted one, and B, I passed my driving test. So karma's on the good side this month. And to be honest, I was kind of content with that. I travelled a lot this month, and so I had these games. I bought a Game Boy Advance boxed. I bought a boxed Game Boy, and I said, okay, I'll go to a few flea markets, but anything that's not Game Boy, I'm not going to pick up. But it was too good a month. Too good a month not to buy anything else. I live in Denmark. I never really see anything that isn't for Game Boy. To be honest, it not only my love of the system, but it's one of the main reasons I started collecting the Game Boy was that I could find it quite easily. I've never seen anything for the Super Nintendo. I've never seen anything for the Mega Drive, the Master System, any console. I've never seen anything for until this month. So, I'll start off by mentioning the first pickups I got. And like I said, I never really see Master System stuff. And so there was a guy in a flea market about a month ago, and he had a box, and there was a few consoles in there. There was a Master System 2 with missing the top of the console, you know, the little slidey tray. No real leads, it was a jumble. There was a really screwed up and dirty, like crusty, dirty looking Mega Drive in there too. And he wanted 1,000 kroner for the box, which is over 100 quid. And I said, nah, you're alright. And I looked in there, and there were games. And out of that lot, 4 for 100, I picked up a copy of Rampart, a copy of Wonder Boy, a copy of Super Space Invaders, and a copy of Klax. These are all complete in box, except for Wonder Boy, which doesn't have his manual, unfortunately. He also had a copy of Double Dragon, which I really wanted, but I opened it up, and it was just the box, not even a manual or a card. And I said to him after rummaging through the box, because he was sure it was in there, that I found the manual, I put that in, and I said, like, look, I'll just give you 10 kroner for the box. He said, no, it's alright, I'm sure I got it at home. Snatched it out of my hand, I was like, well, I'll give you the 25. I said, I'm sure I'll come across a cart, it doesn't matter to me, I just want the box. No go. Turns out it was the better deal anyway, because you can probably pick up a box copy for around a £5. But, hey, live and let live. Then, a week later, not owning a Master System, me and my roommate Tom, who is a big Sega fan, I am more of a Nintendo fanboy, he had a Master System computer. I was looking into getting one so we could play some Master System games, so I was just planning on keeping them for that. Kind of the novelty as well, that it was only Master System stuff I'd ever seen, so I bought it. A week later, I'm walking along the same flea market, and there is a Netto, which is a supermarket here in Denmark, bag on the floor, and I see out of the top of it poking a copy of Sonic 2. And I walk up to the stand, I look in, lo and behold, a Master System 2, complete with Marble Madness, and a cartridge of Wonder Boy. I say, hey, how much is that? It's got a Mega Drive controller with it, which at the time I thought was a bit of an issue. I didn't realise the two were compatible, but lo and behold they are. And the woman just goes, 40 krona. So £4 for a Master System 2, with 3 games and a controller and all the leads, which is very nice because a lot of our stuff is British and it means bringing it over and transferring the leads. So happy days. And believe it or not, this month kind of gets better as we go along. My mother-in-law came from Hungary and she brought with her some nice things for me which were fairly cheap in the flea market. A copy of Virali on the Game Boy, which I was missing. Copy of Pokemon Stadium, as I've all told you my horror stories with this game. I don't actually own a copy. As a result, I sold it back to the store. And then also a copy of Echo Knights Beyond, which is a survival horror game made by From Software that I've been looking to play, and it seems quite pricey. I've not come across it in the wild here. It cost me €1. Put those to the sides. Right, where do we go next? Right, I went to Corfu last week. And in going to Corfu, I kind of made this vow that I wasn't really going to spend any money when we came back, and so I kind of went all out when I was there. I went to a really cool shop in Corfu town, I will put the description below, and there was a shop called Power Up Games, a very nice guy called Thanos inside it, who a colleague of mine put me in contact with. I went inside, and all of the games were priced per system. You have Super R-Type for €10, which I was very happy with. I really like R-Type. I also picked up 4 PlayStation 1 games. One of those I've given away. I showed a sneaky spoiler of what was to come. One of those I gave away to my good friend Tom. Like I said, if you watch his Game Room video, you will actually see the copy of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I got him, but it's not here. Along with that, I also got a copy of Airguess. God bless the ring. A copy of Clock Tower, which I'm super excited for, because I used to play this game quite a lot with a few friends of mine, and there's a terrible, terrible voiceover in the start of the game that goes, "Who bleeds yellow blood?" And I've wanted to relive that moment for a very long time, so happy to get this. And then a copy of Adventures of Trombone as well, because I like the Mega Man series, and they were €5 each. I don't know if I mentioned that. Unfortunately, they are in these kind of custom cases, and you can see where they've trimmed the original PS1 case, which is a bit of a shame. It was to do with space, he said. No manuals either, but for €5, I don't really care. I'm for games over grading. As you will see when I eventually show my Game Boy collection, I don't care about condition of the game. As long as it plays, that's all I care about. I'm not a guy to keep stuff in boxes and trophy cases. Saying that, for €5, I did actually buy these 2 complete in-box copies of Zero Mission and Minish Cap. I realised I did those the wrong way. It's okay. These were €5. They are just the complete boxes. Unfortunately, he didn't have the carts anymore, otherwise they would have been €10 each, which is still a bargain. But hey, I've been looking for Minish Cap for a long time. Anytime I tend to see just being cart, then I've been saving up for a box copy, so next time I see it, I can pick it up. Zero Mission commands quite a price for a box copy now, so if I see the cart looks, then job done. Save myself about 30 quid, I guess. Those are the Corfu games. There is still a shit ton more to come. Last week, in a town nearby, there was a flea market and I went along. Not expecting to spend much. I kind of went in with the vow that I was only going to buy Game Boy games if I saw them, and I didn't. I even made a quick check round after I picked these up just to see if there was any, and there wasn't. It seems to be very dry for Game Boy games this month. I did pick up a green DMG, but it's boxed away somewhere, and there's a copy of Super Mario Land with it, but you don't need to see that. I'm sure I'll cover it in my Game Boy collection. But I bought this crate from a guy who had cleared out a storage locker, and he just happened along a load of Mega Drive games. Bearing in mind this was 12 PM in a flea market as well, so actually the afternoon where I didn't expect really to find anything, probably why I didn't find anything Nintendo. But this guy had these, and I couldn't say no. I paid €400, which is about 40 quid, for the Ooze. Ren and Stimpy Bum and Sticks. Asterisks. They're my personal lot and why I actually picked this lot up, not knowing the rarity of some of the other games in it. Mega Turrican, which I've wanted for friggin' ages. I've also got... I've got 3, also quite a rare game. Decap Attack. Bitmap Brothers, Gods. Boxed copy, let alone a complete in-box copy of Spider-Man Venom Separation Anxiety, which I was very, very happy about. Got me the Lion King, because, in my opinion, probably one of the best games on the system. Ring of Power. Revenge of Shinobi, which I previously owned as a Genesis copy that I bought back in the day, but it didn't have a manual, so glad to have a complete box. Balls, which apparently that game is. Tiny Toons, Buster's Hidden Treasures. It was a hidden treasure. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Animaniacs. Brutal Paws of Fury. James Pond 3. And The Incredible Hulk. Hunk? Freudian slip. And Geomaster. Again, 40 quid. Big box of games, 20 in total. I was a very happy man, especially when you consider this. But it gets better. Put those over there. So, that leads me to today. I went to a flea market here in Denmark known as Vorbasse. It is a large horse market where farmers generally sell livestock. You can buy dogs, you can buy cats, you can buy anything, you can buy reins for horses, you can buy bales of hay. But there's also a very, very big flea market attached to it, which is why I go there and a lot of my friends tend to as well. In this flea market, last year I found a few things. I found 1 or 2 nice DMG Game Boys that I was missing the colours of. I found 1 or 2 nice cards. I found a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Game Boy Advance for, I think, like 2 krona, which is next to nothing. That's like 20 pence. So today I went there with high hopes that I was going to get something good. Starting off, Game Boy Pocket. Admittedly, it has got a corroded battery, but at £1, I wasn't going to pass it up. I'm sure I can clean it up. That would be nice. Have to get something Game Boy. Have to come away with something Game Boy. Then walked onto a stall and they had a load of boxed Game Boy Advance games. And I dealt with this trader before. He's just a guy who kind of goes around all the flea markets in Denmark. And every time I've been there, he's had a NES Classics Defender in the box. And I've always wanted it, but I'm not going to pay like 200 krona for a sealed, but admittedly like crumpled, like as if someone sat on the case a couple of times and then smashed it on the kitchen counter. Black box Gameboy Advance game that also has water damage. Guy wanted like 200 odd krona. I've always said no every time. I actually wanted to go there when I was with my friend Paul. What I consider my lucky charm after today. And I wanted to say to the guy, like, look, we're still like Defender, I'll pay you like 20 krona for it. But it wasn't there, unfortunately. Someone must have bought it, otherwise he realised it was worth nothing and threw it out. However, what I did get, copy of Boktai 2. I really like the Boktai series. The first one was really good. Unfortunately, my CIB copy has a big rip down the middle of it now for reasons unknown. But yeah, I got Boktai 2, which is the game I've been after for a while. It cost me 50 krona, which admittedly, when you see the rest of the stuff, is a bit pricey. But yeah, I like it. I got 2 Fabuland figures. I really like Lego for reasons that won't be described, but I really like Lego and I really like Fabuland. I think Fabuland is a very cool theme. I got these 2. And I also got 2 keyrings, which are away with the fairies somewhere, so I shan't show them. I'm too excited about this other stuff. This is actually another find for the other day as well. Copy of Tekken 3, 5 krona. So, yeah, that leads me on to perhaps 2 of the best deals I've ever gotten in my life, let alone in Denmark, let alone in this holy of holy months. I don't actually own a Nintendo 64. I have one somewhere, but unfortunately it's kind of dead. It got killed, getting transported to Denmark, as did my Super Nintendo. Fortunately, my NTSC one is still alive, so I can play my games like Chrono Trigger. But I don't actually have my own N64. Fortunately, my roommate Tom does. I was going to use that. So, just as well, I found an N64 in the flea market. Not only any N64, but a blue transparent one. And with this N64, unfortunately it isn't the right colour, but 2 very nice N64 controllers. They still waggle. This one looks like it's been chewed. I don't really care, because along with said N64 came a total of 15 games. Dual Heroes. Admittedly, I should mention that the Kart work, i.e. the label on the Kart, is kind of dead, as you can see from this copy of Dual Heroes. But, wait for it. So, Dual Heroes. Clay Fighters, 63.5. Which Tom Parry will be very interested in. Diddy Kong Racing. Super Mario Land 64. Super Mario Kart. NHL Break for 98. Another copy of Super Mario Land 64. Mario Golf. 007. James Bond GoldenEye. 1080 Snowboarding. FIFA 64. Top Gear Rally. F1 Road Racing. Grand Prix. Cruising USA. And Smash Brothers! Yay! A game I not only confessed to the other day, I sold my complete box copy because of Pokemon Stadium. So, yes, I have them both now. Ha 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 ha. I paid 100 krona for 15 working, I've tested them, carts, 2 controllers, and a transparent turquoise N64 console. I was a very happy man with this. I was generally quite buzzing. I was ready to go home. And as we were walking along, I looked to my right and I don't even know what kind of made me turn, to be honest, because all I could see on this table was kind of crap. And I turned, and in the corner of my eye, I saw cassette tapes. And I thought, that's really weird, because these particular cassette tapes, and when I saw these cassette tapes, I thought, that's fucking weird. I can see the word Tina Spill at the top of them. Lo and behold, it was a box of fucking rental NES games. I've never seen NES games. I've never seen rental NES games. I picked up in this lot. I picked up 2 games at first, because they are probably one of the highlights of this lot of games. A copy of Russian Attack, because I really wanted a copy of Russian Attack for a long, long time, and I never found it in the wild. Which may surprise some of you, but this is one off from IC NES games. And a copy of Metal Gear, which I was fucking chuffed with. So, I got these 2. And I said to the woman, how much are they? And she goes, oh, well, they're 25 krona. And I went there and I was like, oh, fuck, 25 krona fees, that's amazing. So I walk away and I think to myself, no, there's something there. There's something I've missed in this pile. And so I go there and I buy one game which I'm going to save till last. One of the most elusive games on the PAL B format. But other than that particular one, I got a total of 17 games, which in my opinion is damn worth it, because there's some kick-ass titles in here that I've been after for a while, not to mention one fucking treasure. Right, let's start it off. Skate or Die. Double Dribble? Here's by Konami. I like Blades of Steel. I'm sure it'll be fun. Super Off-Road. Total Recall. Bigfoot, which is described as crunching and munching. Ice Hockey. Hogan's Alley, Black Box game. And if you can't tell, that is actually the black box. Silent Service. I've always wondered what it would be like to work on a submarine. Double Dragon 2. The only game in the lot I own. Robocop. Mac Rider! Another black box game I didn't own. Stealth ATF. Game I've never heard of. And Akari Warriors. So you're probably looking at those, and there's probably one or two PAL B games in there that I don't know are worth a damn, and then I'll probably get comments on. But I'm very happy with them. Like I said, I own one game in this entire lot of 17 games, and for the price I paid for them, it is fucking insane. Like, these aren't 2014 prices, these are 1999 prices. Back when gaming was good. So, yeah, the game that I actually went back to the lady was this one. This is Capcom Gold Medal Challenge 92. Which is a game that has eluded a lot of collectors purely because it was only released in Scandinavia. It was one of the few Scandinavia-only games like Gimmick. But this copy of the game is something I've never seen before, and there are probably a lot of people on things like Retro Collect and Nintendo Age who are probably going to point out that this is probably a common version of it. But this is a rental-only version, and unlike the other games that are in this lot, they don't have... Well, some of them have this TV spill, and some of them are cases that are mangled around a VHS cassette. But this is actually a fully made Challenge 92 case, which is kind of cool. Because you open it up and it's even got in here how to play the game and other instructions, just in case the instruction manual is missing. Fortunately, this instruction manual is in here. It is kind of dead, if I'm being honest. It is CIB, but like, the cover of it is freaking mauled. But the cart, oh, the cart is fine. The contacts are very clean. I'm very happy. It's even got a nice gold sticker on the back of it, as well as a rental thing. And I'm going to play this. So if anyone has 2 Foursquares they'd like to sell me so I can 8-player this up, I would be very happy. Like I said, I was extremely lucky. I know finds like this don't come along. Trust me, I've been collecting retro games in flea markets for 15 years. And I've never had a month like this. This is why I chose to document this month, because this never happens. I'm aware this never happens, but I'm very happy. And yeah, I guess you should be happy for me. No, it's not going to happen because it's the internet. But yeah, I'm trying not to maul this manual anymore when I put it in the box, so I'm just going to put it down while I talk. If you've liked this video, there probably won't be more of them, because this never fucking happens. Like I said, I'm usually on a good month, I will pick up 2 or 3 games, I will buy a few games from the internet. I did buy a few more games from the internet that I didn't list, purely because, in comparison, a copy of FIFA 98 for the Game Boy isn't that really exciting. But, yeah, these are games that I've long wanted, a lot of them, especially some of the N64 titles. They were titles I sold as a kid and regretted selling for years afterwards, and so I'm glad to have them back. If you've liked this video, like I said, there won't be probably any more unless I find some insane stuff next month before flea market season here in Denmark ends. If you've liked this video, like I said, there probably won't be more. There may be. There is still another month of proper flea marketing season in Denmark. Who knows? Copy a trip roll might turn up. I wish. But I do other videos. If you can see in the playlist down there, I have a series called Biographic, which looks at the best and worst of the Game Boy. I have a series called Boy Curious, which, despite having a questionable name, is a series more about bootlegs and strange oddities. Like I said, look out for the Barcode Boy in a future episode. I've started a series called Let's Play Together, in which I'm going to play a Pokemon game that you can decide. So please let me know in that video whether I should start with Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, or even Pikachu. I can play Pokemon Yellow, and if I should play Red, Blue, or Yellow. And you can also define the rules for me as well. I'll leave that up to the other video to explain. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope at least some of you smiled at some of it, and please don't hate me. Like I said, I know this doesn't happen every day, and I know this is a very rare occurrence, but yeah. Until next time, guys, game on.